and quite possibly the last ever Hawk display in the US. We're looking to replace the aircraft in 2030, and the reduction to 7 aircraft is allowed us to continue to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time at Oshkosh, arriving for proud rear at over 400 miles an hour, the Royal Air Force aerobatic team, the Red Arrows. As the team heads skyward on this beautiful afternoon, you'll see the formation collapse into 7 arrows. The aircraft are decelerating to approximately 120 miles an hour, reaching the apex of the loop at 6,000 feet, nearly a mile high, and getting their first glimpse back into the sky. Known as Bobby, or the boss. He's in his 8th season flying display aerobatics with the Red Arrows, making him one of the most experienced pilots we've had. Sitting just 8 feet away on his right-hand side is Flight Lieutenant Rob Thomas. He's in his 2nd year with the team and is a former Eurofighter Typhoon pilot and has worked overseas in Saudi Arabia, training students on the Hawk T165. As the aircraft sweep in from the right-hand side, the aim of the first half of the show is for all 7 aircraft to appear to move as one. The pilots do this by listening to the cadence from the team leader. Sky. Just off the left with the boss is Captain Andy McEwen. He's one of 2 pilots on the team who spent time on exchange with the United States military. He served for 3 years with the United States Marine Corps flying the AVIATION Harrier II before returning to RAF Marham to fly the F-35. The wings of the formation have swept back into one of our longer shapes. Shape is designed to represent the iconic outline of Concorde. The aircraft on the outside will slide back to form the shape of an eagle. Formation remains the loop and twist to the left. Our Hawk T1 aircraft are approaching 40 years old. They have none of the modern aviation support systems you'd expect along their flight controls, and all of the changes in aerodynamics and G-forces are felt by the pilots through the control column, making the smooth and precise formation even more impressive. Red 7 sliding back into one of our longer shapes for this year at almost 180 feet behind the boss. Wherever the pilots are in the formation, they're taking all of their visual references from the team leader. Get your cameras ready as the aircraft come in from the left-hand side with a splash of colour for Blackbird. Keep watching the aircraft as the shape morphs once again. The wings are going to move forward and red 6 and 7 will form up into our widest shape at approximately 300 feet across. They're setting up to fly the most technically challenging part of the first half and will look to roll the formation, keeping the wing flat as one. As they ease up, the fellow will come on for the big 7 roll. For anyone that's flown formation aerobatics, you'll know just how challenging it is for those pilots on the outside. The science and changing those inputs to make sure that they're matched with the boss is incredibly impressive. The iconic smoke trails left through the sky are formed in the hot exhaust gases of the aircraft. Each aircraft is capable of holding 5 minutes of flight and a minute each of red and blue smoke. These colours are pilot selectable in cockpit from 3 buttons on the control column and can all be switched on at the same time. The show design each year carefully choreographs the amount of smoke usage to maximise the amount from each aircraft. As the aircraft continue round, they're decelerating, deploying their air brakes to set up for a manoeuvre not seen since 1997. The reduction to 7 aircraft to sustain the fleet out to 2030 and allow us to continue to provide a world-class display has allowed us to look back through the history books and bring some manoeuvres back to life. The aircraft running in from the left are going to fly coordinated rollbacks from the inside to the outside of formation, max performing their aircraft and changing their smoke colours. Inside to the outside, as well as changing the colour to mode as they do so. We begin training in September of each year and work through until May when we start the UK season. We normally go on tour towards the end of the summer, but we've come away to support the 4th of July celebrations here in the United States, and we're incredibly honoured to have been invited to do so. The aircraft are out to the right now, repositioning for my favourite part of the first half. Reds 4 and 5 are dropping off the back. Red 4 is squadron leader Chris McCann. He's a former Tornado GR4 pilot and has also flown the Hawk in the aggressor role, helping to train frontline pilots. Behind him is Red 5 Flight Lieutenant Dustin Wales. He's a former Unified Typhoon pilot. He's flown in the operational role as well as an instructor and an evaluator pilot. The team are running in to fly Tornado. Reds 4 and 5 will fly tightly matched barrel rolls around the main formation. Remember, they can't see each other the entire time. Catching glimpses either side. They have to maintain trust and precision in their flying. While we're watching the flying today, it's important to remember that the Royal Air Force has assets and personnel currently deployed across the globe in a number of exercises and active operations. We routinely deploy as part of NATO, protecting sovereign airspace from the Arctic all the way down through Eastern Europe. When supporting humanitarian response, maritime patrol, and striking deep into hostile territory, the Royal Air Force has a unique capability in the UK MOD to rapidly deliver precision weapons. As the aircraft positions to start the second half of the show, we aim to demonstrate this flexibility and agility as the team breaks down into smaller sections with more dynamic manoeuvring and coordination. Continue out to the right-hand side. Red 6 is leading the ball ship out to the right. It's Flight Lieutenant George Hobday, and he's in his first year as the synchro lead for the opposing solo lead. He's a former Eurofighter Typhoon pilot and has also helped to train future fast jet pilots. As the aircraft continue around towards each other, they're going to fly the first of many head-to-head passes for the show. All of these are done with matched aircraft handling and visual assessment to miss by 100 feet. Continue to watch the three aircraft in front of us. Red 3 drops off the back to set up for his start position for corkscrew. This is one of the more technically challenging aspects of the second half, for Red 3. He's going to fly tightly wrapped barrel rolls, max performing the aircraft around the smoke trails from the aircraft in front. Look directly in front for the nose lights of the remaining 4 aircraft. Get your cameras ready for the spectacular and a break. Chased down by Red 5. Red 7 is Flight Lieutenant Ollie Suckling. Ollie's a former Tornado GR4 pilot and fast jet instructor. He's also the self-professed aviation nerd and is absolutely delighted to be flying at Oshkosh. The aircraft is up on what we call the perch with the smoke on. They're looking for geographical reference points on the ground to dive down towards 200 feet above the ground before all 4 aircraft cross the show centre, closing at nearly 700 miles an hour. have trust and confidence in each other. Any movement within 2 and 3 is immediately reflected down to 5. There's no respite as the pilots move forward into a line of rest position we call tango, looking down their shoulder line to maintain a straight reference with the boss. Look out to the front as Synchro easing up. Setting up the iconic Red Arrows display boat. The service in the military is incredibly demanding and rewarding. None of us can do our jobs effectively without our families, friends and loved ones. This part today is to recognise their dedication and thank them for their continued support. As Red 4 completes the sphere, we'd also like to dedicate the half today to the whole team here at Oshkosh and EAA for their fantastic support and the amazing support we've had from the wider US population in cheering our pilots. Red 6 and 7 continuing outbound, looking for those geographical reference points once again to turn in, to set up, to fly, carousel. No GPS timing for this, they're just using those geographical points and some crude wind measurements. As they run in, the aircraft on the left will roll as they switch to set up to fly a minimum radius turn and show crossing. Remainder of the formation of coming up into the vertical. Twisting the formation through a quarter clover, 6,000 feet, and setting up for the vertical roll. Aircraft in front rejoin, look out to the right hand side for the nose lights of Synchro, who've raced around behind us to set themselves up for the right. Red 6 for the lead, Red 7 is going to roll around, flying sidewinder. Our display sequence changes every year and we train 2 new pilots each year, so we have the opportunity to design new elements and continue to make the show as exciting and innovative as we can. Red 6 and 7 are positioning in from the left, accelerating up towards 460 miles an hour. Out to the right, the remainder of the formation has the smoke on and will form an inverted V. Synchro will continue down the line, set up to intercept for the goose. Reds 1 to 5 depart to our left-hand side. And as they do so, it's important to remember that the 7 aircraft and pilots you've watched today are just the tip of the iceberg that's required to deliver this show. Bolstering the 7 display pilots are Reds 8 and 9, Flight Attendant Matt Brighty and Christopher Dean. They're not flying in the display today, but they are vital for supporting our transit and display activity. And we'll be joining the aerobatic portion of the show next year. It's also important to remember that we couldn't do any of the work we do without our incredible support team, known as the Blues, and you may have seen them around the show site wearing their blue overalls. Their roles range from armourers to mechanics, logisticians to PR personnel. No aircraft in the Royal Air Force will be able to operate without this huge support network. The team are positioning in front of us now for a manoeuvre that we've also been able to bring back. It's called Cascade. We've worked hard to bring this distinctive addition to the display, and I hope you agree it provides an awesome spectacle to close out the show. The team will loop in front of us, apexing before accelerating down and departing out over our heads. Team accelerates down towards us. Please put your hands together, make some appreciation for the Royal Air Force aerobatics team, the Red Arrows. Centennial celebration. I'm pleased I learned that word specifically. It's a huge undertaking to get the aircraft out here, 11 40-year-old aircraft across the Atlantic, and we're shortly making the return journey this afternoon. We've been incredibly honoured and humbled to be invited and to have such a warm reception wherever we've been. We start the long journey home this afternoon. We're continuing out via Canada before crossing the Atlantic via northern Canada, Greenland, Iceland, and then back into the UK. We couldn't do that without support assets from across the Royal Air Force. 2 A10 transport aircraft carriers, a P8 Poseidon, as well as a Falcon 900 providing overwatch. You may have seen this on social media, and we were honoured to draw this up the Hudson on the 4th of July. For you today, we'd like to present the colours of the United States of America. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you for the welcome, for the warmth and the hospitality. And we hope to see you all again soon. And I hope you enjoyed the final display of the United States.
Always a pleasure to have you here up on the stands. have a safe trip home.
Thank you very much. The team are actually going to set up for a special break as well, so we're not quite done yet. I'm out of commentary, but I'm happy to chat. They're going to reposition round to the left, and then they'll come in for a vertical break.
More photo opportunities.
Absolutely. And while we have a moment while they are repositioning, we'd like to thank one more time our daily air show sponsor, the afternoon sponsor is Daher, and we appreciate them. They've been a sponsor for a number of years, and we love having them support what goes on here in the afternoon during the air show.
Yes, there's more. Don't leave yet.
Well, that's a good point, Danny, because even after the Red Arrows recover and taxi back to parking, this is the departure show.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, all the aircraft that were towed in here last week all want to go home as well. You see them to the north and to the south, and there'll be a lot of aircraft that are heading on over. Take a look around, ladies.
Eyes left.
We train this up as one of our standard recovery options, and we can't always do it. Obviously, the weather conditions and the appropriate site to do so, but it's a spectacular way to recover the aircraft.
Setting up for the traffic pattern to land, and that is the featured performances for the afternoon. What a way to cap it off. Thank you so much for your visit. Thank you for gracing the world's largest aviation celebration and making an even better party than it usually is. Thank you so much.
Oh no, thank you, and we've had an absolute blast being here. You see it all online, you see how big the place is, but until you come and experience it and see it on the ground for yourself, it's been an absolute honor.
Oh, we're very honored. Thank you, too. And Steve was right. If you like to watch airplanes, we had a big arrival show leading into the event. Now, whatever comes in has to leave again. That's the rule of science, I think, right? I don't know. I didn't quite get through high school. So.
Yeah, me either. And I got my shoes on, Danny, so I'm out on this one.
You know, we love our Sunday audiences year after year. Thank you for coming out on our Sunday show. You have been so great to us throughout the course of the afternoon. A tremendous amount of variety on this show we have for you today. And I think you will agree you saw a little bit and heard a little bit about everything. So, enjoy the afternoon. Be careful going home. Rob?
Hey, Danny, we want to say a huge thank you to our air bosses who have pulled this together all week. And today on the stand, we got Jim Crum, call sign Cookie, Brad Klein, Larry as well. We got Tim and Boyd out there, our directors. So there's a whole crowd. Federal Aviation Administration is out there. Air traffic control is up in the tower and all around, accommodating all of our air show antics all week long, in addition to this, the world's busiest airport during AirVenture 2026.
It certainly is, and we also want to thank the folks in the Comm Center for providing the PA and all of the music that we've had throughout the week. So the Green Gang, thank you very much. And that's going to wrap it up for EAA AirVenture Oshkosh 2026. I'm Steve Bush for Rob Lowe, the real Rob Lowe, Brittany Pages, and Luke Carrico. We're losing announcers left and right, attrition. But anyway, they had to leave early. And of course, we want to salute one more time Mr. Hollywood himself, Danny Cushing, 50 years of announcing here at Oshkosh. Danny, well done.
And we'll see you next year. So long, everybody. We love you.